Welcome to the channel, you lot. Today, we're diving headfirst into the bloody delicious world of Chinese food. Now listen up because we're about to tackle 3 classic dishes that'll make your taste buds sing. We're talking about the kind of food that'll have you licking the plate clean. So put on your aprons, sharpen your knives, and let's get this cooking show on the road. All right, you donkey, listen up because we're about to dive into the art of making the perfect fried rice. First up, we're tackling the cornerstone of Chinese cuisine, fried rice. This dish is a staple, a beloved classic that has stood the test of time. Now this isn't some soggy, sad excuse for a meal. We're talking about a dish that's bursting with flavor and texture. We're going to make it right, with fluffy rice, vibrant veggies, and a flavor that'll blow your socks off. This is the kind of fried rice that makes you close your eyes and savor every bite. First, crank up the heat on your wok. It should be screaming hot. This is crucial because high heat is what gives fried rice its signature texture and flavor. We want that oil shimmering like a mirage. When the oil is hot enough, it creates a non-stick surface and helps to sear the ingredients quickly. Crack in your eggs and scramble them up, but don't you dare overcook them. Overcooked eggs can ruin the texture of your fried rice. We want them light and fluffy, not rubbery and tough. The eggs should be just set, adding a creamy richness to the dish. Next, toss in those finely chopped garlic cloves. Garlic is the backbone of flavor in fried rice, providing a fragrant and savory base. Let them sizzle for a few seconds until you can smell that intoxicating aroma. This step is all about building layers of flavor. Then, it's time for the vegetables. Freshness is key here, so use the best quality veggies you can find. We're talking crisp carrots, vibrant peas, and whatever else you fancy. The vegetables should add color, crunch, and nutrition to your fried rice. Get them in there and stir fry until they're just tender, but still have a bit of bite. Overcooked vegetables can become mushy and lose their vibrant color. Now for the star of the show, the rice. This is where many people go wrong, but not you. Make sure it's cooked and cooled, none of that sticky, gloppy mess. Cooled rice separates easily and fries up beautifully. Spread it out in the wok and let it crisp up a bit. This step is crucial for achieving that perfect texture. We want those lovely golden brown bits. These crispy bits add a delightful crunch and depth of flavor. Finally, it's time to season this masterpiece. Seasoning is what brings all the elements together. A splash of soy sauce for that savory depth, a pinch of salt to wake up those flavors, and a good grind of black pepper for a bit of a kick. Each ingredient plays a role in creating a balanced and delicious dish. And don't forget those chopped green onions for a touch of freshness. They add a pop of color and a mild, oniony flavor. Give it all a good toss, making sure everything is coated in that glorious sauce. This ensures that every bite is packed with flavor. And there you have it, fried rice that's anything but basic. Serve it up hot and enjoy the fruits of your labor. This is fried rice done right. Next up, we're tackling a classic that's often butchered, sweet and sour chicken. This dish is a favorite in many households and restaurants, but getting it just right can be a bit tricky. The key is to balance the flavors and textures perfectly, so you end up with a dish that's both delicious and visually appealing. Listen up, because I'm only going to say this once. Pay close attention to each step, and you'll be able to recreate this restaurant-quality dish at home. We're not using any of that bright red gloopy sauce from a jar. Those sauces are often loaded with artificial ingredients and lack the depth of flavor we're aiming for. We're making it fresh, with a balance of sweet, sour, and savory that'll have you begging for more. Fresh ingredients make all the difference and you'll taste the love in every bite. First, we need to get those chicken pieces nice and crispy. This is crucial for that perfect texture that contrasts beautifully with the sauce. Toss them in a light coating of cornstarch. This will help create that beautiful golden crust. Cornstarch is a game changer here, giving the chicken a light, crispy exterior. Then, give them a quick dip in some beaten egg. The egg wash helps the cornstarch adhere better and adds an extra layer of crunch. This is our secret weapon for extra crunch. Trust me, you don't want to skip this step. Now get that wok screaming hot again and add a generous amount of oil. The oil needs to be hot enough to instantly start cooking the chicken, sealing in the juices. We're talking deep frying here, people. This method ensures that the chicken cooks evenly and gets that irresistible crunch. Carefully lower those chicken pieces into the hot oil and cook until they're golden brown and cooked through. This should take just a few minutes, so keep an eye on them. Don't overcrowd the pan or you'll end up with soggy chicken. Nobody wants soggy chicken. Fry in batches if necessary to maintain the oil temperature. While the chicken is frying, let's make that killer sweet and sour sauce. This sauce is what ties the whole dish together, so it's important to get it right. In a bowl, whisk together some ketchup. Yes, ketchup. Rice vinegar for that tangy kick, sugar for sweetness, and a splash of soy sauce for depth. Each ingredient plays a crucial role in achieving that perfect balance. Don't be shy with the flavors. We want them to really pop. The sauce should be vibrant and full of life, complementing the crispy chicken perfectly. Once the chicken is cooked, remove it from the oil and set it aside to drain on some paper towels. This helps remove any excess oil, keeping the chicken crispy. Now, it's time to bring it all together. This is where the magic happens. Add those chopped onions and peppers to the wok and stir fry until they're just tender. The vegetables add a nice crunch and a burst of color to the dish. Then, pour in that glorious sweet and sour sauce and bring it to a simmer. Let the sauce thicken slightly so it clings to the chicken and vegetables. Finally, add the crispy chicken and pineapple chunks to the sauce and give everything a good toss. The pineapple adds a sweet, juicy element that pairs perfectly with the tangy sauce. We want that sauce to coat every single piece of chicken and pineapple. Make sure everything is evenly coated for the best flavor. Serve it up with some fluffy white rice and prepare to be amazed. This dish is a true crowd pleaser, perfect for any occasion. Right, you lot, let's turn up the heat with Kung Pao chicken. This dish is a classic in Sichuan cuisine, known for its bold flavors and tantalizing heat. It's not just a meal, it's an experience that will take your taste buds on a wild ride. This isn't some bland, boring takeaway dish. No, this is the real deal, packed with layers of flavor and a kick that will wake up your senses. We're talking fiery chilies, crunchy peanuts, and a symphony of flavors that'll leave you wanting more. Imagine the heat from the chilies, the crunch from the peanuts, and the aromatic spices all coming together in perfect harmony. First, we need to marinate the chicken. This step is crucial because it infuses the meat with flavor and makes it incredibly tender. And not for some pathetic 5 minutes, we're talking at least 30 minutes. This gives the marinade enough time to work its magic. Get those chicken pieces in a bowl with some soy sauce, garlic powder, and a touch of ginger for an extra kick. The soy sauce adds umami, the garlic brings depth, and the ginger gives it a zesty punch. Let them soak up all those flavors while we prep the rest of the ingredients. Now let's talk chilies. These little firecrackers are what give Kung Pao chicken its signature heat. We're not messing around here. The right chilies can make or break this dish. Get yourself some dried chilies, the kind that'll make you sweat. These are essential for that authentic Sichuan flavor. Remove the seeds if you're a wimp, but I like mine with a bit of fire. The seeds are where most of the heat is, so keep them if you dare. Give them a rough chop and set them aside. These will be added to the wok later to release their spicy oils. Next, we need to coat those marinated chicken pieces in cornstarch. This step is key for achieving that perfect crispy texture. This will give them a nice crispy coating when we fry them. The cornstarch creates a barrier that locks in the juices, making the chicken succulent and crispy. Heat up your wok until it's smoking hot and add a generous amount of oil. The high heat is crucial for that authentic stir-fry flavor. Carefully add the chicken pieces to the hot oil and fry until they're golden brown and cooked through. This should take just a few minutes. Remove them from the wok and set them aside. We'll add them back in later to soak up all the delicious sauce. Now, it's time to build those incredible flavors. This is where the magic happens. Add those chopped chilies to the wok along with some diced onions. The onions will caramelize and add a sweet undertone to the dish. Red bell peppers and green bell peppers for a bit of color. These peppers not only add vibrancy, but also a slight sweetness that balances the heat. Stir fry until the vegetables are just tender but still have a bit of crunch. You want them to retain their texture and not become mushy. Next, add those crunchy peanuts to the wok and give everything a good toss. Now, for the sauce. This is what ties everything together. In a bowl, whisk together some soy sauce, rice vinegar for that tangy kick. The vinegar adds a sharpness that cuts through the richness of the dish, a touch of sugar to balance out the heat, and a cornstarch slurry to thicken it up. The sugar adds a hint of sweetness, while the cornstarch slurry ensures the sauce clings to every bite. Pour that glorious sauce over the vegetables and peanuts and bring it to a simmer. This allows all the flavors to meld together beautifully. Finally, add the crispy chicken back to the wok and give everything a good toss to coat. Make sure every piece of chicken is drenched in that delicious sauce. Serve it up with some fluffy white rice and get ready for an explosion of flavor in your mouth. This is Kung Pao chicken done right, a dish that will impress anyone lucky enough to taste it. And there you have it! 3 classic Chinese dishes that'll make you want to sack your takeaway menu. Remember, cooking is about passion, precision, and not being afraid to experiment. So get in the kitchen, have a go, and don't be afraid to add your own personal touch. Now clear your station and get out of my kitchen.
Forget to like, share, and subscribe for more delicious recipes coming your way.